Hey guys,
What's up, G?
wanna go to Chachki's? Get some coffee?
Oh, it's a little early.
I gotta get out of here. I think I'm gonna lose it.
Uh-oh. Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
Let me ask you something. When you come in on Monday and you're not feeling real well, does anyone ever say to you, sounds like someone has a case of the Mondays?
No. No, man. Shit, no, man. I believe you get your ass kicked saying something like that, man.
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic.
Are they a threat to democracy? Yes. Are they going to take our rights away? Yes. Are they going to put people's lives in danger? Yes. Are they going to endanger the planet by not using climate change? Yes.
People need to start taking to the streets. This is a dictator.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country, and maybe there will be.
She's a genuine danger to American security.
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
We have to preserve our democracy, or speak out against lies and hate.
There needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
Have a consistent narrative about how dangerous Trump is.
President Biden has been clear-eyed about the threat that the former president represents to our democracy. Donald Trump is an existential threat to our democracy and our most fundamental freedoms.
Kamala needs to stop saying that President Trump is a threat to democracy. It's now being received by some unhinged people as a call to action. Enough is enough.
Yeah, that would be nice. Enough is enough. Wouldn't that be nice? It's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Oh, Trump's the worst person ever. He's the worst person ever. He's Hitler. He's worse than Hitler. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why there's all this violence. It must be coming from the right. It is. It is. But you know what? It's all the left's fault. They push it all the time. It is. But man, we're doing this too often. We're doing this too often. This keeps happening too much. It shouldn't be something that we're dealing with. Not on a regular basis.
Hey! Trevor!
I wonder where it comes from. I wonder where it comes from.
Wishing that President Trump is dead?
I'm old as hell.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
E647, explain it to me. I like the colors.
Kill the son of a bitch.
Kill who?
He's 47th president.
I don't understand how they don't understand. They don't know where it comes from. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know why we're all so angry. It'd be easy. We could go through, find a bunch of videos of Biden with the red speech with the everything was horrible, everything was crazy. I mean, what else can you say at this point? It's like I withdraw. I've withdrawn. So withdrawn. Oh, hang on a second. Hang on. Just okay. All right. I've withdrawn from a lot of this stuff because it's like it's pointless. There's so much bickering and fighting going on that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't affect anybody. It doesn't have anything to do with anything. The only point of it is to split us apart. We live in a crazy world these days. Yeah, indeed we do. Indeed we do. Starting early today. Might as well start early today.
You're too old to be on Twitter, bro. Bro. Go hang out with your kid or something.
Thank you. It's Monday. We need that kind of stuff. We need that stuff here, guys. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. What can you say that hasn't already been said? I went through and was looking at some of my old articles that I wrote back after Butler, after some other violence and some other bad things that happened and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, say the same things over and over again, man. They'll come out and they'll say, oh, turn down the rhetoric. Turn down the rhetoric, everybody. And then they'll turn around and do the same thing over again. But the people out there are like, oh, they don't. It's like they don't even notice. Trump's speech. Well, his speech, but there was a clip. He went on 60 Minutes. I watched it was about 15 minutes, I guess. He went on 60 Minutes. CBS reporter. It's an interesting clip that you're going to see all over the place today, probably.
So-called manifesto is a stunning thing to read, Mr. President. He appears to reference a motive in it. He writes this quote, administration officials, they are targets. And he also wrote this, I'm no longer willing to permit a pedophile, rapist, and traitor to coat my hands with his crimes. What's your reaction to that?
Well, I was waiting for you to read that because I knew you would, because you're horrible people. Horrible people. Yeah, he did write that. I'm not a rapist. I didn't rape anybody.
Do you think he was referring to you?
Excuse me. I'm not a pedophile. You read that crap from some sick person. I got associated with all stuff that has nothing to do with me. I was totally exonerated. Your friends on the other side of the plate are the ones that were involved with, let's say, Epstein or other things. But I said to myself, I'll do this interview and I read the manifesto, he's a sick person, but you should be ashamed of yourself reading that because I'm not any of those things.
Mr. President,
and I
these
was
are
never,
the gunman's words.
excuse me. You shouldn't be reading that on 60 Minutes. You're a disgrace. But go ahead. Let's finish the interview.
The other thing that he wrote in the other thing in the manifesto.
I like how he knew they were going to read it. That's funny. Oh, we got a gamer.
Boring.
Can you try to do Hahashi's B&B combo in Tekken 8? Hahashi's for noobs. Noobs use Hahashi. Hahashi. I can't imagine. Anyway, we all know why. Good morning. Good morning. We all know why this is happening. We all know why. We all know why. And the left will turn around and go, oh, no. Oh, no, we all have to be with. We don't like political violence ever, ever. He's Hitler. He's Hitler. Yeah, tell everybody he's Hitler. Yeah. Yeah. Political violence is horrible. And we should never. No. The one over there. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, get him. We hate political violence, and there's no place for it in America. It is not acceptable, and blah, 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 blah. Interesting flashback I came across today. I thought this was kind of interesting. This is Ivan Reichlin. I don't know. It's not if it's even worth putting up, but this is Ivan Reichlin on InfoWars.
Ivan Reichlin's assessment that if you assassinate any political presidential candidate, whether it's RFK, whether it's Trump, guess what? America will do the following immediately. They will respond in kind, and they know who you are because we've created the list. So if you go
and that's
to
a major
measures,
Rubicon. They should know that
immediately. You're going to see immediately response, and there are only a few buildings in Washington, D.C. that they will probably do that.
Well, I hope that's not the case, but these people are crazy.
And having said that, if they do that,
oh, here we go.
Option 2 behind Trump is going to be so much better for us and so much worse.
Well, I was about
for
to
them.
say, if they kill him, that's best case scenario from a sick level. From a sick level beating him, oh, please kill him, which but it's so good after that.
Oh, it's going to be the best cleansing and the fastest cleansing that we've ever seen in my lifetime. I assess with almost certainty, with the highest level of confidence, that if they assassinate Trump, it is so game over for them, and it's going to be so fast.
You're the sick person.
Come on, dude. She's one of the Nubius characters. Come on, man. Come on. Do better. Yeah, he's a bit loony. What else can you really say about the whole situation? It's like, oh yeah, then this came out the same day. I guess they caught a right near the White House. caught a police officer just sleeping. That's not good. You can't have that. You can't have that.
The cop is no way. You woke him up? I didn't wake him up. The cop is sleeping in front of the White House? He snored in the car. No way. He's laying back snoring. Shh. Yo, my P, hold up. We caught him sleeping in front of the fucking White House, man. We're about to wake this shit up, man. You sure he's sleeping, Jay? This one? Guys, he's sleeping.
Man.
Yo, Trump is crazy hiring these people like that, man.
It's dark as hell. I can barely see.
He's out, bro. Watching cartoons. Look.
Oh, he's watching cartoons?
He's sleeping, guys. Watching cartoons, look.
Oh, I didn't see he was watching cartoons. Come on, man. Watching cartoons?
He's watching Cartoon Network. In front of the White House.
So you better be careful doing that.
How you doing, sir? How you doing, sir? Good, how you doing? You mind waking up, bro? That's not what they pay you for. What are you doing sleeping, bro?
I'm sorry,
You're sorry?
Sorry, yes, sir.
You're sorry?
Yes.
That's bad. You're watching the White House, my G.
I know, I'm sorry about that.
You're sorry about that? What is your name?
Officer Espanine.
Badge number?
0530.
Sleeping on duty. Sleeping on duty.
What district? What, you have a district?
D1 station.
D1 station? For how long you been sleeping?
What's that?
For how long you been knocked out here? Because I've been here for at least 10 minutes.
Probably 10 minutes, I apologize. Probably 10 minutes, I apologize.
Probably 10 minutes, you apologize. Wow.
You think that's okay? What's that?
To be sleeping on the job, you think that's okay?
No, I don't.
You know how many people could be at risk right now?
Yes, I apologize.
And you're
for that.
sleeping?
I apologize.
In front of the White House, bro, the president. You're supposed to watch the president, my G. You know what I'm saying? You're watching the president, bro. If I got a bomb or some shit, I just blow everybody up because you're sleeping, my G. You know that shit? So the safety of the president is not good with you, bro. In your hands, no. So please, my G, if you sleep, you stay home.
Okay, I apologize, sir.
I need your sergeant.
What's that?
I need your sergeant.
You need my sergeant?
Yes, I need ASAP. Yes, I need your sergeant ASAP, bro.
That's gotta stink.
This is very bad, man. I need to make complaints against you and report you.
Oh, that sucks for him. Maybe don't sleep on duty, man. Jeez. I remember when I learned not to sleep on duty. It was early in my military career. When I was in basic training. The first time we went out into the field to a bivouac. You know what I'm talking about, Sapphire. I got there for a bivouac, and we set up a perimeter. We put a perimeter up, and we're learning how to do perimeters. We got our little pup tents. We got 2 guys in each tent, and we set up our perimeter. One guy's got to be up all the time, right? And the other one can sleep. I remember the drill sergeant was going around. I was on duty. I'm sitting. I'm good. Seeing the drill sergeant creeping around. He goes up to one of the tents next to us. It was, down the way, but I could see it. And it creeps up to the tent, and there's no one in there. No one moving around. No one's awake. They're both asleep. So he walks up to the tent. And he has one of these CS grenades. It's like the stuff that you have when you go through the gas chamber. But it's way stronger when it comes out of the grenade there. He just goes, rolls it, lifts the tent up, and rolls it under the tent, and then backs up a couple steps and stands there and watches. And I'm looking, I'm like, wait, what the heck? Next thing you know, you see all this smoke burrowing underneath the tent. People moving, the tent's all banging around, and they come out or whatever. Yeah, I learned not to screw up guard duty. That's for sure. So yeah, and then it's like let me get this straight. Well, you can't even hear this. This is the thing from this is the Lincoln Project, one of the biggest propaganda machines on the left on social media. Steve Schmidt, I guess he's one of the leaders of it. He's blaming Trump. I'm gonna play it, but I don't know if you'll be able to hear it roll. Blaming Trump for the rhetoric and all the stuff that's going on.
Is there a rhetoric problem? I mean, it's the 3rd time you're trying to kill the president.
I think that
seems drunk.
One person beyond and above all others who's responsible for poisoning the rhetoric in America. That guy's name is Donald Trump.
You're saying it's the president's fault that people keep trying to kill him?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
What do you mean? What do I mean?
He poisoned. You say I asked if we have a rhetoric problem.
He's clearly intoxicated.
That's nothing more to poison the rhetoric. I mean, the president's supporters are the ones shooting people. But they keep shooting him. It's not the other way around.
Federal agents shot 2 American citizens. They were called domestic terrorists. But again, these 2 things have no connection. He's an insurrectionist, the foremost domestic enemy of the Constitution and American history. He is a vile and disgusting man, convicted sex.
This right here, this is it right here. This This is what they have convinced people of. So there are thousands more like this guy across the country. Thousands more people who believe this.
He's an insurrectionist, the foremost domestic enemy of the Constitution in American history.
The biggest enemy of the Constitution in American history.
He is a vile and disgusting man, a convicted sex predator, and likely a pedophile. And tragically, he's the president of the United States. So we'll have to endure through it. You have a good night.
Wow. Wow. But that guy has a voice. They have millions of followers. Millions of followers that they push that kind of crap out to on a daily basis. On a daily basis. You've probably seen the footage of him running by. So yeah, teacher of the month to trying to attack and kill the president of the United States. Just wonderful.
Feeling.
Just wonderful. It's just all over the place. We could play these things all day long.
People are tired of feeling like garbage. I really want the people putting stuff into the space to be the kinds of people who are like, I see how shitty it feels to hate your countrymen. I see how crappy it feels to every day feel like you can't afford things, but also feel like everybody around you is the enemy. Like nobody, our nervous systems can't take it. It's 10 years of Trump. They've done us all damage. And so like, can we repair that damage? Not by going back. We're never going back. By building something new forward together. What do you do with like military guys or anybody else from all these different backgrounds? You have to do a project together. Well, guess what the project is, guys? It's America. It is not building us into like the Chinese Communist Party. It's not Russia. It's here. It's this thing we do here together. People are tired of feeling.
Oh, I just hear cats. I hear cats a lot when I listen to that stuff. People are mad about everything. Nothing's going right. It's just horrible. Everything's bad, guys. Everything is bad. The Lincoln Memorial is supposed to look like this. It's supposed to look this way. That's how it's supposed to look. It's supposed to look like that. This is the reflecting pool. It's supposed to look like that. It's Washington, D.C. It's the reflecting pool. It's so easy to see. You look, you can see the trees reflecting off of it. It's right there. It's right there. It's reflecting. What do we need to fix it for? What do we need to fix that for? That's ridiculous. Who wants it to look like that? Who wants it to look like this? Nobody. Nobody wants it to look like this. Nobody wants it to look like that, right? Let's see this one. That's funny. But yeah. Can't do anything good. Can't do anything good. Can't change anything. Can't do anything good. There's no point. Why bother? I don't know.
44.
People are so subverted now. They're so subverted.
A little tidbit of information at 44 years old. I have lots of eggs left. I'm very fertile. I got it tested. And I want you to know I'm not going to have any of your babies.
Who does she want to know? Who's she talking to here? I got to play.
A little tidbit of information at 44 years old. I have lots of eggs left. I'm very fertile. I got it tested. And I want you to know I'm not going to have any of your babies. I'm not going to reproduce my amazing genetic composition for this country. It's just not going to happen. Sorry. And you'll kill me before you'll rape me. The end.
Crazy.
These people are crazy.
She literally sat. She literally sat there for that part. I didn't.
And you'll kill me before you'll rape me.
This dramatic ending here. It's all her. It's her. She didn't.
The end. A little tidbit of information at
Oh, what the hell is wrong with people? Oh, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Let me know.
I did see Ilhan Omar. We were talking about Ilhan Omar before. Ilhan Omar went from what, $95,000 in net worth to like 3 million in net worth, back to like 95,000 in net worth, all in the span of just it was crazy, just a couple years. It was wild. I think they liquidated the what were they running there? A winery. They had a winery going on. She goes on one of these friendly shows, and they weren't super friendly.
No, I wouldn't call it an investigation.
Yeah.
There's just been a focus on the rapid increase in your household wealth tied to your husband's companies.
Well, they have to make
Yeah.
a choice to investigate, right? Like, do they choose to
do
investigate or
not.
not?
I mean, if you've done something illegal, you would investigate.
But they're not investigating you.
I have not been made aware of an
This woman needs to be put in prison.
into me or my family.
But when you look at the increase in your household wealth tied to your husband's companies, you understand why that raises questions for people watching from that.
Yeah, but that's again one of the it's their saying, right? Like there is no wealth increase. If you look at my husband's income, it's almost non-existent. He's
100% illegal.
Make sure our children are going to college, and our young one is taken care of. There is no wealth. There are ranges to businesses that he was invested in. I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure.
I don't even know what.
Well, they say. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Because they said you reported a net worth between 6 million and 30 million, and they said your 2023 disclosure was roughly 40,000, between 40,000 and a quarter million.
Yeah, but they're not net worths. They're like the asset things for the companies, and so I don't know what percentage of it my husband actually has investment in. Like that's not, you know what I mean? It's not a full picture of the numbers in the way that it is presented in the document, because in the documents we have to do ranges and we have to like report in a way that is not detailed. It's not like your tax return that you're submitting for the public record to see.
But that is a big increase, though. So you could understand why people would.
Yeah, that's a big increase.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it'll get like adjusted at some level when those ranges are looked at.
I think it already got
I think
adjusted.
I saw that your husband was asked to turn over some documents but didn't comply. So is that true?
From who?
I don't know. I guess the Department of Justice.
The House Oversight Committee and the
House
Government
Oversight
Reform Committee. That was what was reported. That I think it was early on in like January, February, that he was asked to turn over like emails and different things. And
Yeah,
he
there
didn't
is
comply.
there is no oversight that the Oversight Committee has over my husband or me. So why would you submit documents to an entity that has nothing to do with you?
Oh,
I hope she ends up in jail.
Me too. Me too. Me Too movement. It's like the Me Too movement, right?
Other thing that was crazy about Generation X, I don't even know if you can talk about this anymore, but we did this thing. It's so weird. Okay. It was called critical thinking. And it's so crazy. So basically what you would do, this is like in the old days, you would listen to both sides of a story or a topic or an issue, and then you would make your own, this is crazy, you'd make your own opinion that would then guide you through life.
What a great idea. Maybe Gen X, we need to teach these children.
Oh God.
These children's. Sounds weird. These children's.
Breaks.
What? Has anyone noticed how almost every one of these shooters seems to have been featured in a news segment at some point? What?
College student Cole Allen developed a prototype for a wheelchair emergency brake.
The wheelchair brakes tend to lock the wheels, but don't actually lock the chair to the ground. The idea with this is to prevent it from moving at all.
Recent Aging into the Future conference held by St. Barnabas Senior Services and the Eisner Foundation offered a test run on products that have the potential to enrich the lives of seniors. 14 different tech startups got to present to over 350 people in the hopes of getting their projects into some sort of senior health facilities. College student Nicole Allen
That
developed
is interesting, isn't it? You see that on all these people.
prototype for a
It's
wheelchair
odd.
emergency
It's odd,
brake.
to say the least. It's odd. You know, we can go with that. We can call it that. Yeah. Anyway, just amazing. It's amazing what the left does. Like what is this? This is the new thing. Watch Erica Kirk break her character. Ready? We're gonna watch Erica. It's gonna blow your mind. We're gonna watch Erica Kirk. You gotta zoom in right here. Watch her face. We're gonna watch her face. You're gonna break character. I swear it. I swear it. And show her real face.
Watch Erica Kirk break her character.
And that's the goal for us right now. You did, and he was taken so early. Parents are private. You did, and he was taken so early.
Watch Erica.
What are we watching there? What's happening? She woke up at the camp.
Watch Erica Kirk break her character.
And that's the goal for us right now. You did, and he was taken so early. Parents are private. You did, and he was taken so early.
Watch Erica.
So what a amazing bombshell. Stinson bingo. What did Stinson say? I give a rat's ass what someone else has. I give a rat's ass what someone else has. Just look after yourself. It's kind of I seen a comment earlier that he said too. I'm gonna just live your life, F everyone else, and then give a rat's ass what someone else just said. Look after yourself. Yeah, no. That's what they want us to do. They want us to just mind our business. Everybody just mind your business. Keep your head down in the hole. Don't pay any attention to what's going on. You know, don't do that. Don't look at us. Don't look over here. Just mind your own business. Worry about your family. Don't worry about anybody else. I don't care what someone else has on that note. Like, I don't care what someone else has, but that's why America's on. I'm having these bad moments where I'm just bloop, bloop. There's something off about the lady, weird background and strange facial expressions. Off about the lady. Okay. So glad to see so glad to see a proud gay man out of the closet. Well, I appreciate you noticing, I guess, or whatever. People are funny. It might be a good time to remember again, you know, hey, people, how did this happen? How do people act like this? This is just crazy.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country, and maybe there will be.
People need to start taking to the streets. This is a dictator.
You know, there needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
Enemies of the state.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
Do something about your dad's immigration practices, you feckless.
When they go low, we kick.
How do you resist the temptation to run up and wring her neck?
Biggest terror threat in this country is white men, most of them radicalized right up to the right.
I thought he should have punched him in the face. I said, even if you lost, he insulted your wife.
Yes.
He came down the escalator and called Mexicans rapists and murderers. He said, well, what do you think I should have done? I said, I think you should have punched him in the face and then gotten out of the race. You would have been a hero.
I'd like to punch him in the face. I said, if we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
Punch some people in the face.
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
That's the other leader, the other one of the other two people from the Lincoln Project right there that said that. The other one was the one I just showed you.
The president.
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
Look as his character is stabbed to death.
Where is John Wilkes Booth when you need him?
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
A Missouri state senator is under investigation by the Secret Service after saying she hopes President Trump is assassinated.
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. and you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
And sadly, the domestic enemies to our voting system and our honoring our Constitution are right at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
They're not going to stop before Election Day in November, and they're not going to stop after Election Day. And that should be, everyone should take note of that on both levels, that this isn't, they're not going to let up, and they should not.
If you think we're rallying now, you ain't seen nothing yet.
I don't know why everybody's so upset and thinks that Trump's Hitler and deserves to be assassinated. I couldn't imagine why anyone thinks that. It's no idea. No clue. No clue.
Weight of his
I'm a combat vet. One Dr. Dead. I'm a combat vet. My attention to detail is going to need some context to this compilation of quotes. This is how information is used as a weapon. My attention to detail is going to need some context to this compilation of quotes. I mean, you could go back and look them up. Have at it. No one's stopping you. Go get it. I'm pretty much, I've seen most of the context to those quotes, so I'm confident in playing that. I don't think it's like the bloodbath thing whenever Trump was talking about the auto industry, and then it, he said it was going to be a bloodbath because of policies, and they said, "Oh, he said it's going to be a bloodbath. Oh, there's good people on both sides." That's not correct. Both sides are not perfectly fine with tyranny as long as it's against the other side. I'm not. There's people that are, sure, yes. There's people that have been politicized to the point where they don't care about country. They don't see any of that stuff anymore. They only see party and group and all that kind of stuff. So, I don't like tyranny. I want us to be a constitutional republic. That would be sweet. How sweet would that be if we were a constitutional republic? These people are protesting outside of Obama's monstrosity presidential library. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's probably one of the ugliest, creepiest buildings I've ever seen in my life. It's probably you see this building and I went, wow, I wonder what the heck goes on in there. What's going on in there?
Obama, we're calling on you and Michelle. You and Michelle, come and apologize to Chicago for doing this. You come and apologize to South Shore for moving all these people out, displacing all these people, having J.B. Pritzker steal our property. Obama, before you come and cut that ribbon on this ugly building, come and apologize to South Side of Chicago, to Chicago, period. People stood behind you, thinking that you was going to be about something, and you wasn't about nothing. You owe us an apology. We want an apology from Barack Obama.
We not leaving. We here all summer until he come. We here all summer until he come.
Obama.
Yeah, it does look like it's a weird building, man. It's a weird building. Let me see. I wonder if there's anything. I'm gonna put up a little thing of I'm gonna check it out. This
gathers for a range of things.
Only months away from welcoming.
Look at that ugly ass building. What is that building?
The public.
So,
former President Barack Obama shared some highlights about the institution that will commemorate his presidency.
there's the museum portion of the Presidential Center where
what,
you can see Michelle's
what an
dresses.
ugly building. My gosh, dude. I don't even know what to say about that building. That's like one of the ugliest buildings I've ever seen, and creepy. Like, it's super creepy. Super creepy. See, this one says it pretty well. I'm not unemployed. I'm not unemployed. Wah.
Argue with me if you still think that the fluoride in your toothpaste is good for your teeth and not to calcify your brain. Do not argue with me if you still vaccinate your children. Do not argue with me if you believe that we just went to the fucking moon again. Do not argue with me if you still watch the news. Do not argue with me if
Give
you
me some
think
white
that
sticks.
school is education and not obedience training for the next generation of slaves. Do not argue with me if you think that climate change is science and not a global wealth transfer scam. Do not argue with me if you already have a digital ID. Do not argue with me if you still vote. Do not argue with me if you wore a mask by yourself in the car whilst driving in 2020. Do not argue with me if you are still eating ultra-processed foods every single day and are still wondering why you're overweight, depressed and tired. Last but not least, I could go on forever, but do not argue with me if you think that those things in the sky are just clouds.
Do not argue with me. Don't argue with me. Just don't argue with me. I like that better. Don't argue with me. So many people are out there pushing so many false narratives right after this shooting story at the I forgot about this. So many people run out there, gotta be first. It was this, it was that, it was this, it was that. Everybody calm down, just wait a dang second. That stuff will come out. How many people went out there and said something and then it was wrong? Bad? How many people did it? United. I don't know if I want to play that. I think they're talking about the chemtrails. I think she's discussing chemtrails. Yeah, that's so I don't know what else to say. There's this other guy. I did find this was kind of interesting. There's this one guy on X, Junior or whatever his name is on there, and he's always constantly posting like misinformation, constantly posting misinformation. It's part of the reasons why X is so crappy now is because of the monetization. So it doesn't matter if you tell the truth. The truth isn't profitable. Being first is profitable. Being salacious is profitable. Being provocative is profitable, but not just telling the truth isn't profitable. So I guess there's this big hubbub. This guy got demonetized on on X, and so he was complaining about it. And this guy put a video out that was kind of interesting to me. Kind of just, I don't know. It's interesting.
This is hilarious, guys. Check this out. So Junior, who is an unapologetic Muslim Palestinian over on Twitter, is a blatant liar, and all he does is post misinformation. He was recently demonetized over on X, which means that he can no longer make money from his posts. And this really got to him. He posted this insanely long rant where he literally admits that his payouts were $8,000 every 2 weeks and that they dropped down to $1,000 and that Zionist accounts are targeting him.
What have I done that is actually worth paying? People are saying, oh, you're spreading lies about Israel. And is that illegal? No, it's not.
This is who these people are, okay? That is literally him in a live X space admitting that he posts lies and misinformation specifically and exclusively about Israel, and that it makes him $8,000 every 2 weeks. That is $16,000 a month.
$16,000 a month to just lie. This is part of the problem. This is part of the problem with X and stuff like that.
Sad part is that he wasn't lying, okay? He's made nearly $40,000 from that account alone, and his last payout before this past one was $7,317 for a 2-week period. And this clown got community noted, saying that he got caught 80+ times spreading fake news or presenting old content as recent news, which is what led to his demonetization. And they source and cite every single post. By the way, those are not all of his posts where he has done that. Those are only recent ones because literally almost everything this guy posts is a lie. Now, the really funny part is that he's always said, I don't do any of this for money, which is just a little bit odd because that's all that he has been complaining about on social media, saying that his demonetization is a censorship of his free speech. Well, actually, it's not. You still have an account. You can still post. You can still say whatever you want. You just now don't get to make money off of your lies and misinformation. Oh, and of course, he apologized, saying that he's deleted all of his community noted posts and that moving forward, he's committed to taking a few extra minutes to verify the news and posting only real verified information. He said that a couple of hours ago. Do you think he followed through on that? No, he did not. He literally just posted a photo saying that the shooter from the incident last night at the White House Correspondents' Dinner was actually an IDF terrorist, saying that this is the only news worth sharing today, yet he is going to make 15 other posts about other news that is also not true. All the while saying, I don't do it for money, while complaining that he's not able to make money, while also claiming historically to be a multi-millionaire. No, okay, bud. I just hope that this acts as an example which allows you guys to see through who these people are.
Yes.
They're liars and they're grifters, and they'll openly admit it. He was on path to bankroll $200K this year, exclusively based off of lies about Israel, the West, America, Christianity, and Judaism. This is why these morons on Twitter act the way they do, because it rewards them. They are rewarded by clicks and views and fake information, and nothing up until this point has been done about it. This is hilarious, guys.
Just saw that when you did that. Yeah. Camera's off. All right. Well, give me 1 second. Uh-oh. Must be somebody in the chat that really wants attention. Let's see. Camera. Let's try that one more time. Bear with me. I'll play another video. Let's play another video. Did that one already. Got that one already.
Lieutenant Hudson, you monitoring this area? Here it comes up. Obviously,
Shall I post it as soon as he passed the map?
18, go for Lieutenant Hudson, you monitoring this area? Here it comes up.
Obviously,
go for
shall I post it as soon as he passed the map?
18, go for Lieutenant Hudson, you monitoring this area?
All fixed. Look, I'm back. I'm back. Here I am. Don't worry. Everything's okay. I see we got some people in the chat there getting a little bit upset. Oh, they're still mad about Jace. And Burger King is hiring. Oh man, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. My kids could go get a job. Everything in MAGA is everything. MAGA is the cult. It's also dead now. Move on. I was referring to Captain Wi-Fi. Yeah. Uh-oh, they're here. They're here. They're here to be angry. Everybody's mad. Everybody's mad. These are the people that believe the stuff that they hear from the left. That they, it's like
my daughter coughed, and so they're harassing my 3-year-old.
No, I'm not harassing. She coughed, she's sick.
This is the type of people. See, he's upset because the other people aren't wearing a mask and his wife is sick. Well, then don't bring her out. I mean, like, they might be at Burger King, as a matter of fact. Man, look at that. It's amazing. They might have been at Burger King. Him with Sean, blah, blah, blah. I'm not sure what we're talking about here. What else do we got? What else we got in the news going on? I'm just trying to stall so I don't have to start my Monday. I don't want to start my Monday. I don't know how you feel about it. I don't know how you feel about it. Oh. We can do a laugh. Let's laugh a little bit. Let's laugh for a second. Then I want to tell you something that Ford is doing that sounds crazy. Crazy. But those of you in the blue collar know, not to ride in the back of cargo vans. Now, this isn't the cage, so maybe that's why.
Hang on, John.
Oh. What the heck?
What are you doing, John? What all the handbrakes? Look at the fingerprints up there. John, all over my fishing gear, mate.
You. You.
That's a tie and wrap there, mate. Look at all my clothes, John.
Look at all your clothes.
John.
You hit the brakes on this shit. It's like ice on the here. You can't sit still.
John, them Hugo Boss trousers sitting there, mate. You my van up, mate.
You your van up. You shot me into them tubs of paint, which were, by the way, all cracked. Help me out.
I ain't level you out, mate.
Right? That's a good. I don't think they were open. I think he slid and banged into them, and they were plastic ones, so the lids popped off.
All right, I'll leave you in there, all
right? That's why we don't ride in the back, man. Like all my kids are like, well, can I just ride in the back of the van? No, because if you do, you never know. If we get into, there's a reason. See, this was funny about I have a cargo van, and when I was down in DC and I was protesting with the 1776 restoration movement, we had, I have my van with me, so I had the cage in there that separates the cab from the back, right? And the reason for that is in case you get into a wreck, you don't have 8 circular saws flying through the air and hitting you in the back of the head or whatever. You have that cage to protect you. So, but the people that were down in DC were so soft, so didn't know anything about actual work, like so out of the loop. They thought that was like some kind of a cage to keep children in or something like that. That's what they went with when we were down there. It's pretty funny. So, that's what it was for. And that it's important that you don't have you protect yourselves whenever you are in the back. You can't ride in the back of one of those. You just can't. Dang rookies, right?
Go hang out with your kids. This shit is lame, bruh.
People sit in the chat room and they type stuff like that. They do that. It actually happens. You see, look there's a person right there. Snart gaming. Maybe you should concentrate on video games and maybe stay out of these kind of things. Ford. Interestingly enough, this
Come on! No!
Now imagine there was an emergency outside the truck, an accident, something terrible on the ranch with a chainsaw. And I jump in this truck, but the truck, it won't shift into drive. Why? Because the cameras and sensors inside this cab won't let it shift because it detects my eyes are big. There's a lot of emotion. There's some panic.
Crazy.
And it doesn't feel that I'm fit to drive. Now that's not science fiction. That is happening because Ford just filed the patents. Ford actually has a series of patents down at the U.S. Patent and Trade Office that deal with the sensors and cameras inside the cab of their truck. And if the sensors in that truck determine that you're not fit to drive, that truck will not actually shift from park to drive. Now, they already have a system called telematics, and that's where they can actually pull up cameras in real time inside the cab of their fleet vehicles. Now, they actually market this to insurance companies because the truth is, this is really about who owns the data and who owns the liability. Now, your name might actually be on the title of this truck.
You don't own it.
And you may have paid for it, but you don't own it. Now, Ford didn't file just one patent. They filed a stack of them, all within months of each other. Are you sitting down? Get this. This Ford technology patent doesn't just watch you. This one puts you in jail. Ford filed a patent, serial number 0104469, where the system takes your biometric data, your face, your iris, and your fingerprint, and it runs it through a criminal database in real time. While you're sitting in your own truck, think about what that means. You wake up one morning, you walk out to your driveway, you climb into a vehicle with your name on the title, on property with your name on the deed. And before you go anywhere, before you've done a single thing wrong, your truck is already running your face through a law enforcement database. Ford's own patent language describes this as potentially useful for police. They wrote that. Ford wrote that into the patent application. So the question isn't whether this technology can be abused. Ford already told you who it's for. You just didn't know that you were buying a cop car. Now I'm going to walk you through a few of these patents. Lip reading, cameras inside your cab, machine learning trained on lip movement data sets.
I wouldn't believe this.
Cloud connected,
I wouldn't
your
believe
face
this.
processed somewhere you'll never see,
Now.
stored as long as they want. Acoustic lip reading, if the cameras aren't enough, the system emits inaudible sound waves and reads the echoes bouncing off of your mouth. You can't see it, it's just happening. Biometrics, your face, fingerprint, iris, filed February 2024, and it was published August 2025. This one is assigned a serial number because it's real. Ad listening, this is scary. It monitors conversations between everyone in the cab. It serves targeted ads based on what you and others are talking about while you're driving. In Ford's words, maximum opportunity for ad-based monetization. No description of how that data is protected either. None. How about Ford Pro Telematics? Now, this one isn't a patent. This one is actually a product page. Right now, fleet managers can pull live in-cabin video feeds of drivers on their phones. Ford markets seatbelt compliance alerts with the explicit benefit of lowering insurance costs. They said it themselves. This is the infrastructure, and once the infrastructure exists, it's going to get used and abused. Now, Ford isn't alone in this. This is an arms race. Smart Eye driver monitoring software is already in over 2 million cars globally. The EU's general safety regulation mandates drowsiness systems as standard equipment going forward. GM deployed biometric seat sensors and heart rate monitoring in production trucks.
I don't want to drive anything newer. I said that like a couple weeks ago, actually. I'll never drive anything newer than the Cage. I don't want any of these new cars. I don't want it to shut off when I get to a red light. I don't want it to decide what, I don't want any of that. I don't want to have to, I want to start my car and drive it. That's it. So I was talking to my son the other day, and I'm like, he's like, why do people like older cars? I said, because you can still work on them. You can actually still work on those cars. What is going on? Oh my gosh. More of this guy. How is this guy still around? The Raging Cajun.
I want to be clear on this. I do not want that man to die. I want to watch him suffer. And I can't watch a dead person suffer. So I want him to be fully cognizant come November. So when people tell him, I want to be clear on this. I do not want that man to die. I want to watch him suffer. And I can't watch a dead person suffer. So I want him to be fully cognizant come November. So when people tell him.
Wow. We're going to build that wall one of these days. You know what's funny? We were building the wall under Clinton, but most people don't know that. They think that it's just a Trump thing. They think the wall on the border is just a Trump thing, and they've been solely sold it's just to keep out brown people. It's a racist wall that's just there to keep out people of color because we need more diversity. I was down there building part of the wall under Clinton. When we were under Clinton, he was using the military to do it. Yeah, isn't that crazy? President Clinton was using the military to build a wall on the border of Mexico. Huh. It's weird how nobody hates on him for it. Wasn't any of that craziness going on, right? Weird. Oh, I was falling asleep at the wheel of my wife's Elantra, and it dinged me and said, take a break with a picture of a coffee mug. I've never driven it since. Right? I could set, yeah. Yep, phones do it too. You used to be able to work on them. They don't want you to be able to do that anymore. I saw there was something, I have to look it up again. There was something I thought I saw about the brakes on, I think it was Ford's. The brakes on Fords, they added it so you have to have some special, like really super expensive tool to change the dang brake pads now. So you can't even do that yourself. You got to take it back to the dealer. Oh, OSHA. Don't get me started on OSHA. I've dealt with them for years. Hate it. They just suck. OSHA sucks. They really do. They don't really help much. That's for sure. Engineers, architects, they don't help much either. They don't help much either. I think. Yeah, a second. Thought there was one more thing here. Maybe not. Yeah, we'll get there when we get there. It is time to have a Monday. It's time to have a Monday. We can stall, we can wait, we can take our time, we can do all that stuff. But it's time to have a Monday. I don't want to have a Monday. I know you don't want to have a Monday, but we're going to have a Monday so we can have a Tuesday. Then we can get to hump day. And then sooner than that, then it'll be Thursday and you'll be sitting here watching me again. It'll be amazing. Let's get through that week and we'll meet back here again on Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and talk about it when I have my evening show. So, that being said, do all the things, press all the buttons, like all the buttons, and hit all the bells, and do all that kind of stuff. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, donate, buy, do all the things, right? Or whatever I'm supposed to say. Y'all have yourself an amazing Monday. God bless. Smile at a stranger. Pray for your enemies.